Hey everybody, it's Emma. Thank you very much for joining me in this video today. Me and my new hair. How awesome is it? I'm so excited. I feel so silly because every time I pass by a mirror, I'm like, just have to play with it and taking way too many pictures of it. It's very narcissistic and ridiculous. But I'm very happy with how it turned out. It's kind of deeper blue in the roots and teal at the ends. And it's just so vibrant and luscious looking, and I love it. I feel much more like myself with my hair this color than I do with it normal. But in any case, super stoked about that. I am also super stoked because in a couple days I am going to Colorado. Unfortunately, that means my channel is going to be quiet for a couple of weeks. I actually had a moment. I don't know if any of you who make videos experienced this. I think there was a little glitch or something because the last video I uploaded, the schedule option was there. And so I got really excited. I'm going to film a bunch of videos and schedule them to go up when I'm gone. And it's gone. I know you usually have to monetize your videos and be like a YouTube partner or something, which I'm not. So I can't schedule videos. So I can't upload any while I'm gone. But in the meantime, if you're interested in following me on my trip, my Instagram is always linked in the description box. You can follow me there. I'm sure there's going to be an absurd amount of pictures of mountains. So if that seems like a cool thing to you, you can follow me. Otherwise, let's get on with this video and I will see you in 2 weeks. Okay, Empties. This is gonna hopefully, and I say this every video, and it's never true, but this will hopefully be a shorter video. I don't have too much stuff, but I figure I might as well throw my trash out before I leave. The first couple things that are in here, I actually don't. These are 2 Victoria's Secret body sprays. My sister gave me a couple. She has a ton of the Victoria's Secret lotions and sprays and perfumes and what have you, whatever they have. They're not cruelty free, so I haven't bought any Victoria's Secret stuff in any capacity actually for a couple of years. But I've had these kind of hanging around my house. I would use them occasionally, but I just didn't use them much. This first one, Aqua Kiss, was definitely my preferred one. It had that kind of clean, almost like blue smell, if that makes sense. The other one, Love Spell, was all right. It was a little sweet. My sister really likes sweet scents, so we don't always agree on perfume scents and things, but they were just sitting in my room, not being used forever, so I dumped them in my sink, which was not a good idea because the 2 scents intermingled and hung around for a little while. But anyway, I'm getting rid of these. The bottles are cute, and I wonder if I can repurpose them, but I'm probably not going to because that would take effort and work, and I'm lazy. This next thing is an empty bottle of sweet almond oil from Cacia. I bought this at Whole Foods a while ago. I had a moment in time where I thought I would make my own skincare. And then I got completely overwhelmed. And I said, nope, fuck that. I'm buying stuff. But I had gotten this for something. And I continue to use it. I did use it up. I used it a lot on my lips. I would use it on my body. My face didn't really dig it. But I'm not rushing out to repurchase any, for sure. I have other oils that I prefer and other oils that I want to try. And also, I mean, it's sweet almond oil, so it's nothing really that special. I think I got this at Whole Foods, so I definitely paid too much money for it. But on Reddit, there's a DIY beauty subreddit, and there are some resources for getting these kind of more pure ingredient sort of products. So if you are in the market for some sort of oil, or I think there are essential oils and stuff like that, they will have good resources that might be a little bit cheaper. So I will link that below if you're interested. The next thing I finished up was also an oil. This is a jojoba oil from Trader Joe's. little less expensive than buying stuff at Whole Foods, but I bet the DIY Beauty has some stuff that's cheaper. But Trader Joe's is accessible and I could just walk in there. I have actually repurchased this, so you know that right off the bat. My face really likes this oil. It doesn't break me out. I use this a lot for oil massage on my face. I'll sometimes use it as an extra layer of moisture at night if my skin is feeling kind of flaky or dry. Especially right now, I'm just getting rid of a couple little breakouts and I've been using a spot treatment that is very drying. So adding a little bit of a gentle oil like this that doesn't break me out, that doesn't irritate my skin, has been really helpful. And it's just a nice oil. I also use it to help take my makeup off. Right now, I am using, as the first part of my nightly cleanse, the No. 7 Beautiful Skin Cleansing Oil, which the more I use it, the more I kind of don't like it, I have to say. So what I've been doing to kind of mitigate what I don't like about that is going in with the jojoba oil first, kind of rubbing that into my skin, and then putting a little bit of the No. 7 stuff into that to help it emulsify and rinse away a little bit easier, and then go in with my second cleanser. Like I said, I've already repurchased this. I really like it. If you are interested in getting into oils as a moisturizer or helping to remove makeup or anything like that, jojoba might be a good one to start with because it's relatively inexpensive and it's very gentle. It's not too heavy, and so if you have kind of combo oily acne prone skin, it might be a good oil to try out first. All right, I have a couple more makeup removers. The first one is from Sonia Kashuk. This is the Dissolve Gel to Oil Cleanser. So this is what I was using before I got the No. 7 cleansing oil. So instead of being a straight up oil consistency, this was more of a gel, but you would use it the same way as an oil cleanser. So you'd put it onto your dry face over makeup, rub it in. It doesn't have any added fragrance in it. It didn't irritate anything. I could, get all my eyeliner and mascara off with this, and then add water, massage it in a little bit more to help emulsify the product, and then you could rinse it away. I find this rinses away very cleanly. Like I said, it doesn't irritate anything. And while I repurchased the No. 7 because I can't just be satisfied with something that works for me, I have to continue to try new things. I would definitely repurchase this, and I might sooner than I anticipated, because I definitely prefer this over the No. 7 that I have at the moment. Last makeup removery thing. This is from Boots. This is the Boots Botanics range, the All Bright Soothing Eye Makeup Remover. This is, or would be if it was full, a duo phase makeup remover, meaning it has kind of an oily solution that sits at the top, a watery solution at the bottom. You shake it up, put it on a cotton round, and it's the same sort of theory as to cleansing with oil. It just helps to penetrate deeper and remove makeup more thoroughly and more gently. It's a little bit more nourishing, less harsh. So I really like this. This is my second bottle of it, actually. I haven't repurchased it because I'm trying to work through a couple other eye makeup remover and micellar waters before I buy a new one. I certainly would buy this again, although I had really enjoyed the Wet n Wild makeup remover, which is the same sort of duo phase stuff. I will look up, actually, and I'll write here the difference in price by amount, because the Wet n Wild definitely comes in a much smaller container, so this might be more bang for your buck. Anyway, I definitely would recommend this. It's a really great, very thorough makeup remover. And gentle, not at all irritating. Last kind of skincare bit. This is the e.l.f. Aqua Primer Mist. I mentioned this in my update Project Pan video, which I will link here. Anyway, I really enjoyed this. I like the packaging. I think it's cute. I didn't have an issue with the spray. I know some people find that the spray gets a little uneven, shall we say. While this is marketed as a primer mist, I would usually use this just as a skincare step. There's some vitamin C in here. There's some hyaluronic acid. It just felt nice and refreshing and lightly moisturizing on my skin, so I would usually use this either after my morning skincare routine or after cleansing and before my moisturizer. Yeah, it was nice. I'd repurchase it, but I'm not running out to get it. I didn't notice such an amazing difference in my skin that I can't live without it or anything like that, but it was definitely a nice extra step in my routine. Okay, moving on to makeup. I have two mascaras, one I liked and one I didn't. The first one is the sample size of the Urban Decay Perversion mascara. Honestly, this has been my favorite cruelty-free mascara I've tried ever. I am too cheap so far to buy an actual tube of it, but I really, really liked it. It added, for me, and I know mascara is one of those things that's so personal and dependent on each individual. For me, I found that it just gave so much volume and oomph and power, if you will, without clumping. It was just amazing. Now, I definitely would notice that it would need to sit for a minute because it's a very wet formula. The brush is all right. I mean, it's kind of big, but it's not ridiculous. I wouldn't mind a smaller brush so I could get into corners a little bit easier, but I really, really, really like it. Like I said, I have so far been too cheap to buy the full size, and right now the higher end mascara that I really want is the stupid Tarte in the stupid packaging that's so pretty. You know, the holographic one. I don't know. I've heard good things about that mascara. I've never tried it, so I don't know. But I really have enjoyed the Perversion mascaras. Or mascara. I've had a couple of the sample sizes. This other mascara I did not like. I've talked about it before in videos. This is the MegaSlim Skinny mascara from Wet n Wild. I've never really been blown away by any Wet n Wild mascara. I definitely think they have gotten progressively better until this one. This one I just did not like at all. This is full. I used it a decent amount to try to, like it, but I just didn't. For one thing, I don't find this brush to be that revolutionary or that much easier to use. Yes, it's skinnier, but it's still super long. I don't know. I don't even know if they still make this. And, I couldn't buy it anyway. But Maybelline, I think it was Maybelline, had the Lash Discovery mascara. That stuff was awesome. That brush, you really could get into every little corner. You could get every hair. I remember enjoying that mascara, but I don't really remember specifically why. But I do remember that it made it a lot easier to get every lash, which is what this is supposed to do as well. And I just didn't find that to be true. And I also found, if you can see, look at all that lint. It looks like lint. Looks clumpy. I cannot find anything to say that this has fibers in it. That's what it looks like. It's a gross formula. And I didn't like it at all. And you know me, I love me with some Wet n Wild. Wet n Wild makes up probably the majority of my collection, but this mascara was just terrible. But I would really love to know if you tried that mascara and had the same experience with the formula or not, because I hate it when beauty YouTubers say, oh, maybe I got a bad one, as a way to not say this product sucks, but maybe I got a bad one. Maybe I got one that was really old or something. I don't know. I would really like to know what your experience with that mascara is, just out of curiosity. While we're talking Wet n Wild, I finished up my Illumi-naughty highlighting and concealing pen. This is in the shade Ivory Into You. Pretty much almost every Get Ready With Me that's certainly recently on my channel, I've used this if you want to see it in action. I find that it's really nice. It's a really nice concealer. This is my second tube of it. It's one of these kind of brush style twist up sort of deals. It is a thicker, creamier consistency, so I really like it for under my eyes, but I have to be careful not to use too much. It lasts pretty well, and it covers very well as well. Very well as well. I find this to be a little heavy for my face. I'd use it anyway, but on oilier parts of my face, it rubs away pretty quickly, or it goes away. There's a word I'm looking for. That when I'm editing this video, I'll be like, obviously it's this word, Emma, but I can't bring it to mind now. I do have a backup of this in my collection, but I think I'm going to throw it away because it looks like it's starting to separate in the tube, and that's gross. I'm probably not going to buy another one right now just because I have the Photo Focus concealer that I would like to finish off before I buy another one. But I do recommend if it comes in a shade that works for you. Next, this should be pretty quick. This is a Chocolate Soleil bronzer sample thing. It came with my chocolate bonbon palette. That's not all this is. But it comes with the milk chocolate, the regular chocolate, and the dark chocolate Soleil bronzers. And I did use these a lot. I just felt like I wasn't getting any more pigment off of these circles when I was putting my brush through. They were nice, smell like chocolate, that's fun, I guess. Will I buy it? Probably not. I have bronzers that I love that are at the drugstore that are already in my collection, and I don't feel the need to spend that amount of money on a bronzer. I don't know. It's not a product that I use often enough or have had trouble with finding something that works for me in the drugstore. So, but it was nice to be able to try it because it is one of those products that a lot of people at least used to rave about. All right, next up we have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer. I had this in the shade Taupe. Now, I've talked about this ad nauseum on my channel, I feel like. In case this is the first video you've seen or you haven't seen any of those videos, I did do a comparison video between the Brow Definer and the Brow Wiz, which I will link in a card, whatever side that shows up on. But instead of being a skinny little pencil like the Brow Wiz, it has this triangular tip, which, quite frankly, would be great if you have even brows or you don't have a lot to fill in. Or if you have, like, no brow and you don't mind them looking a little bit blocky. My issue with this pencil is that because of the way my brows are, this worked really well actually on one of my brows, the one of course that is underneath hair. Because the hair on this brow is very even all the way through. On this brow, at the tail end, and I'm not sure if this is going to show up on camera or not, I have some kind of random bald spots on the tail, and this would always accentuate it because I couldn't get in and kind of draw little brow hairs in that spot. It would just kind of be a floop of color. That's a word, right? But you know what I mean? It would just be color against skin, very kind of obvious against the color over hair, if that makes any sense. So this is not a product that I would repurchase. It wasn't a bad product. I mean, it lasted in my brows. The color was good. This pencil lasted me for about 5 months. I got it a little bit after Christmas, so let's just say, you know, January 1st is probably close enough, and I just ran out of it a couple days ago. It is May 22nd as I film this, so let's say May, actually, it was May 18th, actually. It's the day my mom graduated with her master's degree, because she's amazing. May 18th, so from January 1st to May 18th, this lasted. Pretty decent amount of time. I will be keeping track of the Brow Wiz, which I have repurchased. I love that pencil, and I might not stray, except that I will, because I have to try new things all the time. I will keep track of how long the Brow Wiz lasts me to see if there's really much of a difference or not. There is more product in the brow definer. The Brow Wiz has 0.003 ounces. The brow definer has 0.007. It is $23 and the Brow Wiz is $21. So I'm going to have to really keep track of how long the Brow Wiz lasts me to see if it's really worth it or not. You're going to have to decide that for yourself and whether or not this kind of pencil would work in your brows. I know there are people who love this, and I really wish that I loved it more because it is a lot quicker than the Brow Wiz, although I just feel really comfortable with the Brow Wiz, so it doesn't take me too long to do my brows. 2 more things I want to talk about, and the first one, might as well stay with the Anastasia theme. This is an Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow pomade in the shade Blonde. Now, I feel a little bad about this because there's still a shit ton of product in here. I've used a good amount of it, but certainly not as much as I could have, but I don't reach for this. I have not repurchased a brush that I really like to use with this. I actually preferred using like a craft store paintbrush, angled brush, because it was much thinner than a lot of the makeup brushes that I come across. I would just rather grab my pencil. Honestly, it's much quicker and easier for me to use. This, you get so much more product for less money than any of the pencils, but I just find the convenience of the pencils to be more worth it to me. I have to let this go. It's just sitting in my collection. I keep hanging on to it because it's a good product. I feel like this is just wasteful for me to throw it away, but I don't use it, so I'm going to throw it away. I don't think my sister or my mom, it's not really the right shade for either of them. Anyway, I have nobody I can give this to, so it's just gotta go. It's not new and fresh enough for me to feel comfortable, reselling it or something like that. So it's gotta go. It's definitely a good product, but it's just not the way I prefer to put my brows on at this point. It was my first Anastasia product, too. Nostalgic. All right, last thing I'm getting rid of is this Sun Bum Coconut SPF 30 Lip Balm. It is... I don't like it. That's all. It smells nice. It smells very summery, suntan lotion-y. It has a very slippery texture, so it slides around on the lips. It does feel nicely moisturizing, but the slipperiness means that I end up eating a lot of the product, which means I am eating this gross mix of sunscreen and fragrance, and it's just gross, and it makes me not want to put it on, so I'm going to throw it away. It was only a few bucks, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, don't like that one. And on that happy note, that is my third or fourth empties on this channel. So I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, smart remarks, let me know. Like I said, I'll be gone for the next couple of weeks. If you would like to keep up with me, I'll try to post some more makeup stuff too. I totally failed on that front when I went to Florida, but I will have lots of pretty pictures of mountains and pretty places, and I'm so excited to visit Colorado. And if you are familiar with the kind of Denver area and you have any suggestions of things to do, places to go, places to eat, please do let me know. And otherwise, have a wonderful day, and I will see you when I get back. Bye.